All right, hey Aquarius, this is Tara from Tara's Tarot, here with your May reading. Let's see what messages are coming through for you guys. I also offer private readings. Information is below if this connects with you and you want to check that out. So, yeah, you guys are seeming to, for who this relates to, you're going through a big change in your life and you're having to let go of something. You're having to say goodbye to something, and it could make you feel a little bit, disappointed or sad. So something is kind of leaving your life, and yeah, it's like you don't really want to let it go. Like you want to hold on to it. You don't want this to change. But I don't know, there's something that you're not really happy with either. So I don't know if it's that you're not happy with a certain situation. Really, it's not fulfilling you, but you're attached to it and you don't want to let it go. You're afraid, but this is all meant to be. This is fated that this thing leaves your life because there's this whole new chapter and reality that's waiting for you, that's meant for you. So you're going to be renewed. You're going to go through a rebirth. And I feel like good things are coming in. Like you have a really good environment, a lot of fulfilling energy, a lot of happy energy, a lot of joy, a lot of contentment, and you have your ships coming in. So something's generating results. Something is like growing and building, and I think you're going to see kind of things develop. The outcome is really interesting. We have to explore that. So let's get some clarity on this, okay? So just so you can see how this is laying out in the spread, the main energy we've got for May is strength for you. So there's some kind of importance on relying on your strength in May. Or this situation is helping to teach you a greater level of your strength. So some of you might feel like you are not strong, like you don't have the strength to deal with this, but it's showing you what you're made of. It's giving you the opportunity to rise above and master the situation, master yourself. So that's what we have here, strength. Now, this big change in your life and letting go of something is showing up under the surface. What's steering this whole situation? What's cooking behind the scenes? The death energy. So there's a big change here. The near future, we've got the 5 of Cups. So there's something that you're having to let go of emotionally that you might be disappointed about, or you might be reflecting on in the near future. What didn't work out, what is ending, what it means. So that's to be expected, and this is temporary, the 5 of Cups. So, but again, this is meant to be with this death energy. It's a major card, so it's happening no matter what. It's not something that you've done wrong, or it's fated. It's meant to be to take you to where you're meant to go, but you got to go through this first. Crossing you in the present is the 4 of Cups. So it's almost like you're preoccupied or looking at this current situation, and it's not really that fulfilling anyway. It's kind of just, it is, it's okay. It's not really giving you joy and happiness, or it's kind of like you're apathetic and bored and just kind of whatever. But there is this other cup here. So I feel like that's what's going on. There's something else waiting for you in the wings. There's something else that's meant to come in that's going to increase your happiness. And we do have that with the environment too, with the 10 of Cups. So I feel like there's really good energy around you. And this shift is enabling you to have a higher level of joy in your life, of love in your life, of happiness in your life. Because this is surrounding you, the 10 of Cups. So this is around you. Just like with this cup here, that's around you. But you might not see it yet. You're kind of stuck in this situation where you're having to make this transition and let go of something. And you're coming up as the 4 of Pentacles, so I feel like you're attached to this and you don't want to let it go. Like you kind of like what you've built, you kind of like the stability. You're kind of nervous to let go of something because, you don't want to disrupt your stability or your status quo, but we don't want to cling on to something that isn't meant for us or the best for us. We want to be able to be flexible and let life and God bring in what is meant for us, take what is not meant for us, and kind of go with that flow. This 4 of Pentacles can be a lot of our own control issues, wanting things to go a certain way, not wanting to ignore, the energies at be that are happening and unfolding, wanting to just stick with what we have because we're afraid of letting it go, or we don't want to give up control because we feel vulnerable. But this is kind of what is going on, and you're going to have to go through this journey. So the best thing to do is to let go and to let this energy take you where you're meant to be. If we hang on too tight, it can be, we're going to kind of create unnecessary suffering for ourselves, and it's going to make it more painful. You know, it's like ripping off that Band-Aid really slowly. It's torture. You just like go with it, and you'll get to that new place that's going to be an emotional kind of that's going to be good emotionally. Yeah, because we've got also on the bottom of the deck the Three of Wands. So it's like this, there is new energy coming in. You know, there is positive energy growing and building, and your ships are going to come in. You're going to start to see the results of something that's meant to come into your life. So I feel like there's this, it's like you just have to turn this corner and get through this, and you're going to start to see things being on the up and up. You know, 10 of Cups in the environment, Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So positive energy is coming to you. And we've also got the Magician hanging above the reading on the surface of the situation, where your kind of conscious mind is focused. And so there's a theme here about your power, about, you know, being in the right flow, being in balance with yourself and with God and the universe, and implementing what you want to create. You know, where do you want your life to go? What are you trying to bring forward? What are you trying to develop? Or what are you aligned with your desires, basically? Because when we're aligned with our desires, when we're aligned with that truth in ourselves, that spark, you know, we're on the right track towards manifestation and towards being in the flow and towards receiving what's meant for us, not resisting it, not trying to control it. So, yeah, I feel like you're bringing something new in, and as a result, something's got to go. Or there's this transition in your life. Now, let's kind of look at what this death energy is. All right, that just popped out. Great. This just flew out, the Judgment card, rebirth. So, yeah, there's a whole new future. This is emphasizing the positives. This is emphasizing there is a whole new reality meant for you. You're awakening to another dimension of yourself, of your life moving forward. You're being offered a clean slate. You're being shown why everything happened the way it did, and as a result, it's kind of like this, you know, closure, but more emphasizing this fresh, new, cleansed start, new rebirth. So yeah, there's a new future here for you in your life. Your life's kind of going in a different direction, or you're opening a new dimension of your life that's going to be more fulfilling with this 10 of Cups and 3 of Wands. What else do we need? Let's get one more for that. One more for the death and judgment. Death energy. You know, what is this speaking on? Oh, so many came out. Hold on. Like, I want to know, like, what, and I know it's going to be different for everybody, but what is this transition? What is this new energy that's coming in, or what's leaving the situation? I mean, can you give us any more information or insight into the nature of this rebirth and death experience? Maybe not. Maybe it's just so different for everybody. The Moon. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely meant to happen. This is a soul journey thing. You know, it's time for you to go through this experience. You might have it might trigger some fears in you. That's what it's saying. And it seems like, oh my gosh, this is unknown territory. You know, I've never been here before. I feel vulnerable. And again, with this 4 of Pentacles, like, at least where I am, I might not be too thrilled with it, but at least I know what to expect. At least there's some kind of security in that. This is like God saying, no, there's something better for you. This is meant to happen in your life right now. This change is meant to take place. And this could be also like, let's say nothing in your external changes, okay? This could be a change coming from within yourself. Maybe you have a whole new perspective on life. Maybe your priorities are shifting. Maybe you're feeling more alive than ever, and you have more time to do some things you want, and it just kind of restructures your life in that way. So you might be feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't know what's ahead. I don't know where to go. There's this whole new start and I'm feeling really vulnerable. That's okay. That's normal. There isn't anything to fear here. It's just those human emotions come up with the moon energy because we don't know what's ahead. It's dark. We have to go on this journey to this new place. And, you know, that can be a little scary, but it's all good. It's meant to happen. And remember, you're having your strength activated here. This isn't a chance for you to get to know your strength even more, to expand your your level of strength that you have. So not letting the fears get the best of you, not choosing to remain where you are out of fear, but mastering yourself and knowing you can handle anything, and you're ultimately in control with this Magician. You have the power, you know. You're not at the mercy of some, awful fate. No, this is all, God knows what's best for you. God knows where you want to go. God knows what's possible. And you're being nudged, but you have to kind of like take the reins and like find your own power as well, and create something, not remain stuck. All right, so the outcome is really interesting. We've also got this card flipped out when I was shuffling, and I haven't turned it over. Let's see what it is first. The Queen of Cups. Okay. All right, we're going to put this to the side and come back to that. All right, so the outcome. There's two different energies here, okay? Our first energy, we've got two cards. The Prince of Wands, the King of Wands. So there is some kind of exciting energy, some kind of something you're inspired by, that you're passionate about, that you want to move towards. Maybe there's someone in your life represented by this King of Wands that's kind of inspiring you, or convincing you of, not convincing you, but inspiring you by their beliefs, and you're kind of, moved by them, and you want to kind of get on board with what they're talking about. Or this could be kind of you, right? As we come through this experience in May, the King of Wands, you owning your power, being that creative force, calling the shots, like this Magician energy is talking about. So this is like the Magician. This is like the energy that the universe is supplying to you right now, where you can align with. And then the King of Wands is like your free will. So it looks like you've become that, force where you believe in yourself. You are passionate about some kind of a direction or project, or your creative juices are just flowing. There's some kind of spark here that that is getting you moving, towards something passionately. But then we have this other energy that's interesting. We've got a conflict and a stalemate. A conflict. So let's look into that. It's like the Five of Swords is like something can't be avoided. There's some kind of conflict. There's some kind of loss that just is kind of the way it goes. It's just like this, it just is what it is. It wasn't meant to work out. So maybe this is the thing that's leaving your life, that you're kind of, with the Five of Cups, just kind of reflecting on the loss of that. What does this Five of Swords mean? The Ten of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, so something is ending in your life. But it's meant to go. You're meant to go through this transformation, okay? It might feel hard for some of you. You might not want to let this go. But it's saying the conflict is going to end. This is going to wrap itself up and be removed from your life. Any kind of discord or pain or torment or suffering is going to end. So this is a storyline that's come to the end of the road. So what cycle in your life has been difficult? What cycle has been troubling? It looks like that's what God is removing with this death energy. so that more positive energy can come through with this 10 of Cups and 3 of Wands. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's good. I mean, it might feel, it might be a little challenging, you know, and that's why the Strength is here, because it's like overcoming our fears about this happening, our fears about this ending. But once you kind of come to terms with that, and it really is done and gone, you're going to feel so much better. It's going to be such a huge load off your shoulders. Okay, then we have the 2 of Swords. So this is kind of making me feel like, all right, now that this has happened, I don't know where to go. What do I do from here? This whole thing I thought was in my life is over. This chapter of my life is over. Now what? I don't know where to go. So let's get one card for that. And that can just be contemplating, you know, where is this new path? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to put my energy with this new rebirth of energy, this fresh start with the Judgment card? You know, after the chips have fallen, after the battle has ended, what do I do? So let's see what that is. 2 of Swords. No, too many cards. Hold on. 2 of Swords. What's a clarity card for the 2 of Swords for Aquarius in May to help us understand the significance of this energy? 2 of Swords. Anything want to come out? Any messages? This might be, that might be it. I'm not seeing anything. All right, one more time. Any messages? 2 of Swords. What can you tell us? The 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's a conflict. It's like you're confused. You don't really know where to go, what to do. There's like opposing energy. So you might have conflict between 2 paths to take. But we also have this, so this might be, you know, as a result from that 2 of Swords, you know, knowing what you believe in, knowing what you feel passionate about, knowing what you want to pursue and follow. And the Queen of Cups is emotions, intuition, spiritual guidance. All right, let's get some guidance cards to tie this reading together, get some validation here. What are the messages for Aquarius in May? What can you share with us, God, that will help Aquarius find peace, clarity, empowerment in the month of May? Any other messages for Aquarius that Aquarius should know? I think one more. Aquarius, month of May. Ew. All right, too many came out. I'm going to stick with those 3 and we'll see if I feel like I should pull another. Okay, so we've got eternal love. Help me perceive all the love that surrounds me so I can feel safe receiving and expressing and giving love. So despite what's ending, I mean, some of you might be, this might be a relationship situation, or it might be like a little blow to your ego, or this is just saying like there is love that surrounds you. Remember this 10 of Cups in your environment? There is love all around. You're going to be fine. You're going to feel fulfilled. Like it's, you might not feel like that in this situation because something is ending, but this is a reminder that, yeah, eternal love is here. Love is all around. You're safe. You have support. Okay. We got focus upon divine and perfect health. And we got self-respect. So there could be some elements of self-respect here, like maybe there's a situation that is not respecting you or is not right for you, and that's why it's ending. It's not worthy of you. But you might not want to let it go. Maybe this is a belief system, you know, in terms of our thinking patterns with this, because the swords are thoughts, so our thinking pattern, you know, maybe an old belief in you is dying. Maybe you've reached the end of a road on a certain storyline you've been telling yourself about your life. This is just making me feel like you're totally ready to get to the other side of something, to recycle your life, to have some kind of fresh start. So yeah, for some of you, there's some unhealthy disrespect going on, or you're not respecting yourself, or others aren't respecting you. And this is about focusing on health, well-being, you know, honoring yourself, you know, loving yourself, feeling worthy of love. All right, I'm gonna get one more. Any other messages for Aquarius in May? Positive thoughts create positive results, right? So we want to, yeah, you know, we don't want to wallow too much in feeling like, oh my God, this is horrible. This is a disaster. I'm so depressed. It's never going to get better. No, realize that this is all happening. It's meant to happen this way. And it's actually a gift because it's rejuvenating your life. It's creating a new path for you to follow. It's refreshing everything. It's everything that's meant to end, that isn't meant to come with you and isn't worthy of you, is being extracted from your situation, from your life. But again, the central energy, strength. So you're probably going to go through like a little bit of, you know, a challenge, but you're going to get to the other side. Just go with these energies and don't torture yourself by trying to control and trying to hang on to something that isn't right for you, isn't meant to be in your life. Okay, Aquarius, excuse me. So if this touched on your situation and you want a private reading, you can book below. There's some information. You can email me, tara@tarastarot.com. You get your readings within a week, and you can follow up with me afterwards, of course. But yeah, so this is like a very complicated situation. Private readings are much more deep, much more general. I mean, much more specific, because I actually know what situation you're asking about, and I can read the energies more specifically to that. So anyway, hope you guys have a great May, and I'll see you next time. Bye.